Here's one of our Fuji apple trees. Pretty open spaces there. So this one actually looks pretty good. The sun will get in there, get some sunshine on those spurs that will develop flowers and produce some fruits for us. So the only problem with this tree is I'm seeing some waterfall branches. These are the ones that grow vertically. So it grows up in between, and then you have the space between the main branch. And this one will have to cut off or trim off because it can collect some water here in the crotch of the branch, and it can cause some disease growth or cause it to rot. So these branches will have to prune off right at the base right there. So what you pretty much want to do is make sure you get some light, so that way these fruit spurs, get a little closer here, little tiny fruit spurs there. There's one right here on the main branch. Will be producing flowers. That way they get some light. They need the light in order for them to produce the flowers and produce some healthy fruits for us. And here's the other Fuji apple tree. Very crowded in there. We need to get some light in this tree. There are a lot of flowers already about to bloom, pretty much on all the branches. This is a mature apple tree. We planted this over 3 years ago. But we usually have to wait, from what I've read, to trim your tree or prune them until the 3rd year. So it's been over 3 years now, and I know I should have trimmed this earlier. The best time to trim it is when they're dormant, right in early spring before they bloom or start growing their foliage. But it's okay, you can still trim them during spring and summer, but never in the fall, because when you're trimming or pruning trees, you are going to stimulate growth. So don't do it in the fall because the trees need to stay dormant for the winter time. So also, when you have an apple tree, you only want one central leader branch. Meaning if there's another branch that we're cutting off right now that's growing to the side, that's going to be a weak branch. So you want to cut that off. And then we're going to cut down the central leader branch right there in the middle. That way it doesn't get so tall and lanky. So we're just trimming it back a little bit. It got really tall because, as you can see, trim it as close as you can to the branch. Their waterfall branch that's growing upwards. When you're pruning off branches, make sure to prune right above the branch collar. Right here was kind of a wrinkly part, at least 1/4 of an inch above the branch collar. That way it will heal properly. So some of these branches are so low to the ground, it's about 1 foot just above the ground. So we're going to go ahead and trim it back. That way when it bears fruit, it won't weigh the branches down, and so the branches don't break. Couple more things here. If you have these shoots that are growing from the rootstock, you need to trim those off. This is a grafted apple tree, so there's a rootstock where all this new growth are coming from. And this is the scion up here, which is the variety of apple tree that was grafted onto the rootstock. So any growth below here, you need to trim off. This one done as well. Look how much more space there is in the interior of the tree. So we'll get lots of light in there and aeration. We have lots of flowers on this tree here. These are going to be Fuji apples, so tons of flowers. I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you have any tips for me, please leave a comment below. This is our 3rd year growing apple and pear trees. So far so good. They're doing well and the trees are looking healthy. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.